So how goes it, folks? Jolly Yellow talking to you. So before I get into the box that you saw in this thumbnail, I want to give out some thanks first. First and foremost, I need to give thanks to Emilio Lopez, the wonderful artist that is behind all of the prints and the artwork that you're about to see in this box. Additionally, he is also one member of the Throwdown crew, weekly podcast. They talk about all this popping and going on in video games. He is a member of that team, and that is how I came into winning this box that I'm about to open. Let's open it up. All right, so imagine my surprise when I got this box, and this thing was a little bit bigger than what I was expecting it to be, even knowing what was in it beforehand. So, taking a little bit of time, cracking it open. Also, this is my second unboxing video. I did one late last year where I unboxed a lightsaber that I got from Sabers, but I'd like to believe that my editing skills have gotten a lot better since then. Apparently, my box opening skills have not gotten that much better. It took me way too long to get this thing open, but here we are finally. So let's see what's inside. Okay, so first off, on top of everything, there's a nice little note from Emilio and the Throwdown team. Nice little bit of letterhead and saying thank you and everything like that. I'm not sure about the contact information that Mr. Lopez put on that, so I'm blurring that out with just a picture of his Instagram account. So if you do want to reach out to him, talk to him, he does commission artwork as well. Use that Instagram. I'm not sure about what he had on the note itself. That's why it's covered up. Okay, so the next item in the box, it is the big prize, the big thing, Snake Eater Delta Collector's Edition for the PlayStation 5. So this right here, I have to admit, I have not played Snake Eater since it was new back during the PlayStation 2 days. So this gives me a new opportunity to go through and relive that and also go through the changes that were made to the special, or I guess to this remake of Snake Eater. So this is going to be a fun playthrough one of these days. Okay, so after the collector's edition itself, I'm going to reach back in there and pull out the last two items. Yes, I did say last two. If you'll notice back when I showed the thank you note, that was actually taped to something. We're going to go back and open that up and show you what it all was, and then I'll also be opening up the collector's edition box. But these last two items right here were two other prints that were just, rolled up together. I'll just have to flatten those out over time. But let's go ahead and pop those open and see what these prints look like. Okay, so unroll the first print, and it is of Volgan and Ivan Radinovich Rykov, I believe his name was. I think he was just called Rykov throughout most of the game. But yes, so first print is one of the two of them together. I'm definitely going to have to straighten that out, but otherwise, fine artwork. So then we unravel the second one, and it is a print of a young Revolver Ocelot. And it is so amazing that Lopez was able to just he really puts the arrogance that Revolver Ocelot had back in Metal Gear Solid 3. He definitely doesn't have that matured experience polish that he has in Metal Gear Solid 1. He pulls this off very well. Awesome print. This is definitely going on the wall somewhere. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the protector that the thank you note was taped to that I showed you at the beginning of the video, because there were actually three prints inside that protector. First up, we have here Naked Snake. He's got the knife in one hand, pistol in the other, like he's about to go into some CQC and go to do some serious work. Alright, and after that, the second print, and I don't recall this one even being mentioned when Lopez was talking about it on the Throwdown Show, but yeah, this is a nice little print. It's got the Delta symbol going up between the two, and I don't know, I'm presuming here that this is supposed to be, Naked Snake before the events of Metal Gear Solid 3 and after the events of Metal Gear Solid 3. I think that's what's going on there, but yeah, this was a nice little bonus because, like I said, I didn't even know this was a part of the prize pack. And finally in that set, we have a print of the boss. And, it shows the surgical scar that's going, across her torso there. And I especially enjoyed the detail of the single teardrop going down her eye there. There's anybody who knows the story of the boss knows that there is a lot of sorrow, pain, betrayal, and everything else mixed in. Like, there was a lot going on with the boss. She was a real hero. Okay, so let's get into this box. This is the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater Collector's Edition box. Pull off the slide cover. Now let us see what is actually inside the box. Okay, pop it open. Gonna get that styrofoam protector off the top. And then I think the next item there in the box was, yes, there's another styrofoam protector, but there are actually items in it. We'll go back to those in just a moment. Okay, so first item to bring up is a box of Calorie Mate. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't open the Calorie Mate box, so I don't even know if there's anything actually edible on the inside of it or not. That might be a future video by itself. Okay, so here is the final major piece of art that was in this box. This is the Solid Zero Subsistence art book. This is actually a custom book that Lopez himself has produced over the years. It's just a collection of various Metal Gear arts, different characters, vehicles, and things like that from all across the Metal Gear franchise. This is an art book that he actually used to sell years ago and retired it from sale, but then recently brought it back for sale when he went to Metal Gear Solid Con about a month or two ago, something like that. So you can see me flipping through there, and it's like I said, it's, you know, characters, machines, the Metal Gear units themselves, just from all across the franchise, all throughout the years. I'm gonna definitely have a good time with this one. This is gonna absolutely be on the bookshelf for years to come. If he ever does another art book, I'm gonna have to make sure I manage to get a copy of it. I am thankful that he brought this book back out of retirement, because I would be pretty salty if I saw this book and then realized I could never buy it. Okay, so back to the collector's edition box. This right here is a Foxhound sticker decal to put on something for decoration. Alright, and next up we've got a foam patch commemorating Naked Snake and his historic Halo jump. I'm sorry, not Halo jump, Halo jump. And then lastly we have an actual sew-on patch with the Foxhound symbol. You notice we had a sticker a few seconds ago, but now this is an actual cloth patch. Okay, so here we have the main game itself. That was the front cover. This is the back cover. I'm trying to get in as close as I possibly can. So that is the physical edition that came with the collector's edition. Alright, so one last bit of struggle as I get the diorama out of the box. And yeah, funny thing about this diorama is I pulled it out thinking, oh, I'm just going to open that up real quick and show off all the parts and the pieces and everything. Maybe even sit down and put it up real quick. And then I get the top off and realize that thing is literally in pieces. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not gonna happen today. So I do have the diorama. I'm not gonna put it together because I don't have anywhere to put it right now, honestly. So I'm just gonna box that back up, put that back in the collector's edition main box, put that slipcover back on, and that will be that. But yeah, so that is the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater Delta box with the extra art that Emilio Lopez put in along with it. Everything completely unboxed. I'm just putting it back together now. The art pieces I'm gonna have to get some frames for. Art book is going to go up on the shelf, and once I get my hands on a PlayStation 5, I will definitely be playing Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta. But thank you for your time, thank you for watching videos, and again, thank you Emilio Lopez, thank you Throwdown crew. Everybody, you all have a good time. Jolly Yellow out.